For 3 hours, woman stays with trapped horse. Then, a farmer does everything he can to save its life. I don't think there will be anybody out there who will disagree with the fact that pets hold the same importance in the family as any other family member does. This is a story of an extremely strong relationship between a pet and his mother. And the pet in this one is a horse. This was the terrifying moment a brave young mother battled to keep her beloved horse calm as seawater closed in on the animal after he became trapped in mud like quicksand. Exhausted and mud-splattered, Nicole Graham clung to her trapped horse Astro for 3 hours, keeping his head high in a race against the tide. The 78-stone show horse had sunk into quagmire-like mud and was facing the prospect of drowning as the water rose around them. What started as a lovely afternoon shoreline ride nearly ended in disaster for Nicole Graham. A potentially deadly coastal accident at the lips of a rising tide led to a 3-hour horse rescue that was captured on video. While riding with her daughter along the coast near Geelong, just south of Melbourne, the pair didn't see the trouble that lay ahead until it was too late. The low-flowing sea tides left plenty of beach exposed for Nicole and her daughter Paris. But the women couldn't see that the ground beneath their feet was not as firm as it looked. Every trail rider is always on the lookout for ditches, holes, or hazards.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
On their frequently traveled coastal path, the two riders saw nothing out of place. Appearances can be deceiving, as Nicole discovered in an instant, and the firm beach they were enjoying suddenly changed to a pit of liquefied mud. Her 18-year-old show horse, Astro, fell entirely into the boggy trap. Her daughter, on a smaller mount, fell at Nicole's side. Nicole struggled to free herself, crawling to Paris. The two of them were able to pull Paris's horse out of the mire without help, but Astro had sunk to his chest in the unstable ground. Desperate to help him however she could, Nicole tried to free him. The 1,100-pound horse continued to sink even farther as they struggled. Nicole refused to quit. Paris raced back to their car to get help, and the local horse rescue effort began. With the tide flow rising towards them, Nicole and Astro were both completely trapped. Keeping her wits about her, she used all of her effort to keep his head out of the mire. The precarious situation grew more dangerous with each minute as the ocean water rose closer and closer with every passing minute. Veterinarian Stacy Sullivan arrived on scene to help and sedated Astro to help keep him calm. The fire brigade, with their strength and numbers, attempted many things to try to free Astro. They tried placing netting over the mud, fire hoses beneath him, but nothing was working. Nicole, resolute in her care, remained steadfast in her attention to Astro throughout it all. With a helicopter on standby, a local farmer who the fire crews worked with volunteered his equipment to save the now exhausted horse. No one was sure if they would be able to pull the horse out in time. Fire Lieutenant Roger Buckle, who was among a team of helpers, said it was like a quicksand. The combined rescue effort paid off. With minutes to spare before the water reached him, Astro, who had been sedated by vet Stacy Sullivan, was dragged from the mud with the aid of the farmer's tractor. It was a race against the tide, and fortunately we won, said Lieutenant Buckle, who praised everyone's efforts, including those of Miss Sullivan, whose work in sedating Astro made it easier to pull him free. After a checkover from Stacy, Astro was declared fit and uninjured. Signs of dehydration being the only ill effects from the accident, the rescued horse was cleared to return home. A lot of horses don't make it, and I think without the owner there, the chance of survival would have been a lot lower, she said. Miss Graham, who owns more than 10 horses and runs an equine dentistry business, told the Geelong Advisor how a peaceful afternoon's ride had turned to terror. She said, "It was terrifying. It was also heartbreaking to see my horse exhausted and struggling. We went straight down and under. There was mud everywhere, and every time I moved, it sucked me back down. It wouldn't let us go." Nicole afterwards told reporters from the Daily Mail, "I've been riding here for 20 years and never had a drama. I've never seen any signs and didn't realize it was so boggy. When I saw the dust from the rescue trucks, I was so relieved. I was starting to get overwhelmed." Astro and Miss Graham are led to safety after the drama. The vet said the horse may not have made it had it not been for the efforts of his owner. Thanks to her grit, compassion, and good horse sense, Nicole stuck by her companion and got everyone home safe and sound. This kind of story does not always have a happy ending. Nicole Graham's courage in the face of deadly consequence saved Astro's life that day. Thankfully, Astro could count on not just the dedication of his beloved owner, but also the kindness of several good Samaritans who happened to be passing by.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.